Сейчас у нас тут мерZ появился в гостях. Секундочку. Мы посмотрим. That's for you. Так, сейчас, друзья, во-первых, вы можете задавать свои вопросы внутри новости по поводу... So... Whoa!
Whoa.
I'm sorry, it's very bright, but if without any light, it will be almost impossible to shot.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, you have just finished your today's part. How have you played? What place you managed to take?
What place I came in the group? I placed second, so I qualified. And I lost to QXC.
Tell something about GXC. So, he's from United States.
Yeah.
It's a tough player. I don't know him. How is he good? Is he very good?
Yeah, he's one of the best talents in the United States. But yeah, so I've never played him, so I didn't know his style at all. So it was really hard, and he surprised me a lot when I played him. So
what specific was so surprise for you?
He was very, very aggressive, like super aggressive, all the time, non-stop. So and I wasn't prepared for that at all. So I just fell apart.
What about the strategy? I know aggressive style. It's unique for European Terrans especially. And what about his mix? Do he prefer to play tech or bio?
He did both, actually. Like first game, he went for the classic Hellion Marine Medivac rush, and I saw it coming, but I messed up the micro like really bad in the beginning, so I lost too many SVs, and I just decided to quit right there because I was so far behind. Second game, he did something really strange. His first expansion that he took was in another main base.
What map?
On Metalopolis. So, and then I thought it was just a normal game, so we had some battles, and then I came out ahead, really ahead. So I just marched right into his main, and I had siege tanks in his main, and I thought, like, I have this game.
Yeah.
But he kept throwing out units, and he kept coming with drops, and I'm like, where's all these units coming from? So I scout the base, and it turns out he has had it for like 10 minutes. Then he made a comeback. I couldn't. Then eventually he broke out and just made a comeback.
Yeah, usually.
I was really upset about that.
Yeah. If you know the player's style, it will be much more easier to play against him.
Yeah, definitely. Because you don't expand like that. TVT.
It's unexpected, of course.
Yeah.
Do you know what particularly player will you face in playoffs?
I will face the first place finisher in Naniva and Hasoob's group, and I think that both Hasoobs and Naniva should qualify. So it depends who finishes first in that group.
Who do you like to play against mostly?
I want to play against Hasoobs because Naniva is my teammate. But that would mean that Naniva would have to lose, and I don't want to cheer for some other guy. So we will see. We will see. It will be sad to play Naniva, but if I have to do it, I have to do it. You know.
Okay. How you have been preparing for this event? Something special, maybe?
No, not really special. I've just been trying to play as much as I can, and we played a lot of internal practice in Dignitas. Just try to, because when I went to Kyiv, I felt really out of shape, and I lost horribly in my group. So I've been just trying to get back in shape, get things to work again. So nothing particular, just play a lot and play versus good players. Try to get back in shape.
Speaking about preparation, you have a lot of good teammates in your team, and how many time do you spend for custom games, and what time do you spend for general laddering?
I would say probably like 70 or 80% of the time is custom games.
That's great.
with like Select, Show, and 91 Bishu. I only play ladder like to warm up, and maybe if I want to try some new things, I want to try it against like different players, not just only my teammates, to see how it holds up. So mostly custom games, really.
We always ask this question. I know it's kind of hard to say, but do you have any thoughts about top 3 for this tournament?
My prediction.
Yeah, your prediction.
Yeah, this tournament is really, really hard actually, because there's so many good players here now. So I really hope that one of the Dignitas players is there. Hopefully it's top 3 Dignitas, but that's nearly impossible.
Oh,
whoops.
Sorry.
So to be realistic, if Show makes us out of his group, I think Show is going to be in the top 3.
Do you happen to see his game versus Protoss Spain?
Yeah, I was furious about that.
What was that?
Well, the Protoss player abused the fact that Show doesn't scout early, and it's really smart of him. And I've been telling Show that you can't keep on collecting scout, but he still wins with it. But it's stuff like this that it's so weak to. Like that guy should never be able to win versus Show. So it was, for me, it was almost as frustrating as it was me playing, because I was like, this isn't happening. So now he's playing against Runa, who's actually quite good.
Yeah, he's better than Payne, I guess.
So like, if Show makes a mistake or a few mistakes, he can lose. So it's really tough right now. So hopefully Show makes it out, and
I hope that he will start scouting in early stage of the game, because it's very tough to...
If he doesn't do it, I would be surprised if he doesn't start scouting now. Like, it's been proven so many times that you can abuse it. Like, other Protoss player has done it in online tournaments, and he's almost lost them. So the more people who realize that you can do it, he's gonna start losing more.
Друзья, вы можете задавать вопросы в комментариях. I just have said that users can ask any question to you, so let's check out some. Так, он очень мало играет. They try to translate for those who don't speak English good in commentaries. Адекватный, даже в грамматике. Давайте, друзья, комментарии. Ну. Задавайте вопросы. Много было вопросов? Нет, я еще не читал вопросы. Сейчас. Израиль, давайте Мору, Кейсер жгут, паника. What tournaments are you going to visit after this one?
I'm not really sure yet. I still want to keep going to offline tournaments, but it's hard because they announced the Italian tournament. Do you know it?
No, I haven't heard about it.
Sturmy, the Quake Live player, has announced a new LAN in Italy. But it's at the same time as MLG in the US, so I'm kind of not sure which LAN I will go to right now. But so it's either like Italy or MLG. I'm not really sure yet. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is that me?
They try to find the person who looks like you. Do you like death metal or power? I don't know what death metal. What music do you prefer?
Actually, I'm like one of those persons who can listen to almost anything. So sometimes, sure, like death metal, but like it can be like one of the days death metal, another day trance. You know, it keeps switching, and I know most people don't like that. I don't really have any favorite type of music. I don't listen to pop and stuff like that. At least that I don't like.
What do you think about Red? I guess as a player, of course.
I have a lot of respect for Red because I come from Brood War 2. So he's always been one of my favorite Zergs in Brood War. But I have never seen him play really in StarCraft 2, like not very much. So I will have to wait and see how he does in the group and how he looks. Like I think he's really good now, but I can't say for sure yet. I can say I listen to In Flames a lot. The Swedish.
Отлично.
Yeah.
Как раз тут об этом и вопрос. Карьеру до Ska. A couple of words about your professional career before StarCraft 2.
About what?
About your career as a professional gamer before StarCraft 2, because lots of people just don't know, have known you in StarCraft 2 much more than.
I played Brood War on and off for like 7 years, but I never really got like I was never one of the best. Like in Sweden, maybe one of the best, but not in the world, never. Outside of Korea, never. But I could compete with the best. Like I could take games off them, but I was never successful in tournaments. But that was mostly because there were no tournaments in Brood War in the later years, so I never had the motivation to practice 100%. So when StarCraft 2 came and it was like 1,000 tournaments, and I was like, I got so much motivation, so I started practicing a lot more.
And as far as I understand, you still have a lot of motivation to keep on training and.
Yes, definitely. I want to keep on doing this, and I'm really motivated right now. Like when I went home from Kiev, I was really motivated because I was so angry at myself for performing so bad.
What about free time? How much do you spend for StarCraft, and what do you prefer to do in your spare time?
Actually, I'm in the university, studying in law school. So I don't have so much free time. Like there's like as soon as I have free time, I play StarCraft 2 because and I also have a girlfriend, so it's like it's really hard. But I'm trying my best, you know. I really want to keep on doing this. I don't want to let it go. So as soon as I get free time, I play. That's what I do.
There is a question in English, so you can just.
I like that question actually. I think that the Korean pro scene isn't as good as people make it out to be. Like I think it's overhyped right now. Like I'm not saying we're better than them. I'm just saying they're not as good as people think. They're still better than us, slightly, but. People think that they're like in Brood War, where the Koreans are crazy. People already think that the Koreans are that good, and they're not. So I think they're overhyped, but they're slightly ahead, but not as good as people say they are. And I would have to say that the Europe is better than the US players.
What do you think about players Brett OK and Abwehr?
I think everyone knows Brett OK. And I think he's a really good player, and like one of the smartest players. Like he puts a lot of thought into his play and plays really like creative. And Abwehr is really good, but I never see him in tournaments. But when I play him, he's really, really good.
There is a legend that he don't participate in any LAN tournaments because his cat actually plays.
Oh.
Yeah, not him,
okay.
and she does much better than him.
But whenever I play Abwehr, I always have a hard time. He's a really good player. Like I'm pretty sure he beats me more than I beat him, at least on the ladder.
Okay. Oh my God, there are 4 pages already. A short one, troll type.
No. That's my only answer, no.
The question was, do you think Terran is Imba?
Yeah. No.
What's the toughest matchup for you and why?
Right now, both Terran vs. Protoss and Terran vs. Zerg are like equally hard. I don't know. I've lost grasp of how to play versus Protoss and versus Zerg. I don't really like to do all-ins and stuff versus Zerg. I really like to play the macro game, you know, straight up. And I think if you let Zerg do that, it's really hard to beat Zerg, you know. But so no, the only thing I can say is that Terran vs. Terran is my best matchup for sure.
A nice one. Can you point out one player for each race in Europe, the strongest one?
I would have to say Show for Terran. In Protoss is really close. I mean, both both Saki, Naniva, and White are good. But right now, I think that White is one of the better. I think he's the all-round best Protoss player right now. But it changes so fast.
Yeah.
But I think right now, White is doing really good overall. And in Zerg, I would wait. I would have to say Dimaga, because he's always been one of the best Zergs since the beginning from the beta. So
how much Russian players do you know, and what do you think about them?
I don't know so many just Russian players. I know Brad OK, I know Pomi, he's Russian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know let's see. What else? Like
Live
apart
Zerg,
from-
maybe? Live Zerg?
yeah, but is he Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's here, by the way.
Yeah, okay. But like, no, I don't want to offend anyone, but like sometimes I don't know if they're like from the Ukraine or from Russia or something like that.
There are a lot of questions about how much do you what salary do you have? But I know that it's forbidden.
Oh, my salary? No,
Yeah.
I really can't talk about anything like that. It's strictly forbidden.
Respect from. What changes in the Heart of the Swarm are you waiting the most? Balance or special units, whatever?
I would say like maps, really. Like, but hopefully that comes out before Heart of the
Maps?
Swarm. Yeah, we really need better maps. Like, most of the Blizzard maps are so terrible, especially for Zerg. Like Steps of War and Blistering
And,
Sands and stuff like that.
You care about Zerg being a Terran?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, no matter what, you still want a balanced game in the end. You don't want to be like an imbalanced race and just win because of imbalance. Like, no matter what people think, you know, it's not fun to hear that you always win because of imbalance, you know? And even if, like, I'm not saying the turn is imbalanced right now, but but I think, like, a lot of the imbalance is the maps, if I say like that. So, better maps.
О, да, товарищи, у вас много вопросов. На русском привет просят передать. There are a lot of fans of Grubby because of his Warcraft background. Do you happen to know how he plays now?
No, he's really... he hides himself really well, and he doesn't really want to say how good he is. We met him yesterday, and we had dinner with him, and he's really personal about how good he is right now. He's not giving away anything, so I don't have any idea how good he is right now.
Very interesting question about the more useless units in the game. Oh,
yeah.
What's in your opinion the most useless one?
I think for, like, if I go by race, for Protoss, Carrier is really useless. The Muddy Ship is pretty useless. It's good in, like, really special situations, but it's still useless. And for Terran, the Reaper is kind of useless right now. You can make one, and then that's it. You know, it's not useless for scouting, but its role is like, the role wasn't supposed to be a scout, but now it's only a scout, and you can't really use it for anything else. For Zerg, I think... what's the most useless unit for Zerg?
All units, yeah. All units are good.
I'm not really sure what the most useless unit for Zerg is. Because they always use, like, all of their units eventually. So, no, for Zerg, I'm not sure. Like, they don't have useless units. It's just that their unit composition is so different from each matchup.
Dumb.
So, yeah. For Zerg, not really any useless unit, I think.
Ну хорошо, друзья, спасибо за вопросы. Да, привет передать просят. They ask you to say hi to Russian fans in Russian.
In Russian?
Yeah, in Russian. It's привет, good game. Привет, good game. Привет, good game.
You will have to excuse me if I pronounce it
Yeah,
wrong.
no problem.
So, say it one more time.
Привет, good game.
Привет, good game.
Nice. Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
And good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Спасибо большое мерзу. Ну что, понравилось, друзья?